Things get heated and emotional in Parliament. Employer questions if we are raising adult babies. And ventilation duct falls out of ceiling in Nex Cinema. Stay tuned for all the details and don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Monday, September 1st marked the first session of the 14th Parliament of Singapore. During the session, Manpower Minister Josephine Teo held back tears as she addressed job anxieties among Singaporeans. She also engaged in sharp exchanges with Progress Singapore Party's Leong Man Wai and Workers' Party's Dr. James Lim over the issue of professional manager, executive and technician jobs and whether they are being displaced by foreigners. Meanwhile, the term free rider became the new buzzword after Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong used the term to describe voters who voted tactically against the People's Action Party with the mindset that, quote, someone else will look into getting the PAP into government. Meanwhile, on the topic of jobs, one Singaporean employer, Delane Lim, took to Facebook on Saturday, August 29th to highlight 7 interviewees he rejected recently for having too many demands. He shared that his sharing was meant to critique what he saw as a segment of the workforce still not hungry for a job. He claimed that many are not willing to be humble and not willing to suffer. This post quickly gained traction and sparked a heated discussion over the difference in expectations between employers and employees. Among those who agreed, some described these interviewees as entitled and said that they had the same encounters. Others echoed that the older interviewees and foreigners do not negotiate as much as the younger Singaporeans. Despite the mixed reactions, Lim's post has attracted over 100 job applications. Everyone's worst nightmare. An object falling out of the ceiling actually happened to 2 unlucky patrons of Shaw Cinemas and Nex Shopping Centre on Sunday, August 31st. During the screening of an intense fight scene of the movie Tenet, the audience could hear a strange crumbling noise coming from above. Some thought it was part of the sound effects. Unfortunately for 2, the reality was a painful experience. 2 women were injured when a ventilation duct dislodged from the ceiling and landed close to them. One escaped with minor bruises, but the other was badly hurt after a big chunk of plaster debris hit her head. Both women were taken to Tan Tock Seng Hospital, where the injured woman is still being treated. The cinemas will be closed until further notice pending investigations. And more unfortunate news. It came as a shock to everyone when a tweet on August 29th announced the death of Black Panther actor Chadwick Boseman. It said that he was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer in 2016 and had been battling it for the last 4 years as it progressed to stage 4. Despite that, he persevered through multiple films such as those of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, 21 Bridges, Marshall, and many more. This is definitely a heartbreaking year for the film industry as many incredible talents have been lost. Rest in peace, Chadwick. We send our condolences to his wife and family. Meanwhile, fires broke out at Toa Payoh the past week. The first at the peak on Saturday morning on August 29th that led to 300 people being evacuated and another 3 going to the hospital. The cause of the fire is still being investigated. A couple of days later, another fire broke out at Block 154 Toa Payoh Lorong 2 on September 1st. A mother had left the stove running while making a quick errand, leaving her eldest daughter, who is 7 years old, at home. Fortunately, the girl's mother arrived in time to rescue her and there were no reported injuries. And finally, some wholesome news. On Saturday, August 29th, a Boyz II Men actor Maxi Lim and his wife Lizzie Teo welcomed their baby boy Rain Lim. Another new dad on the block, singer-songwriter Ed Sheeran and his wife Cherry also announced the birth of their daughter, Lyra Antarctica Seaborn Sheeran. Congratulations to the couples. That's it for this week. Have a good week ahead. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up and turn on that notification bell. See you next week.